What's up, everybody? It's Master Ivan reporting from HQ. It's very quiet in here. It's unusual. But I thought I'd try something different today and put together a workout for you guys where I'm going to talk you through everything, and we'll do more of a technique breakdown. So I'll go through the technique. I'll give you all the things that I think are important about the technique, and then let you pause the video and pick the number of rounds to practice it in your home. And then we'll go up to back kick today. We'll start with basic punching and move our way up. And I'll just give you a breakdown on everything. And then the next time that I am back, probably Monday we'll do some more advanced techniques. So even if you're a junior belt, you're white belt, yellow belt, green belt, these advanced techniques, it's good for you to practice them as well and learn all the basics on them. So let's get started, okay? Before I get started, I want to talk about like materials that you can use in your home. If you don't have paddles, so paddles are great. Paddles are mostly used for your timing, your technique, your accuracy. But if you don't have a pair of paddles, like these ones at home, there's plenty of other things that you can use to replace them. You can get an old cushion off of your couch. You can take, if you have sparring gear, you can take your hogu and you can fold it in on itself, and you can use it like a shield. You can hold it this way, here, for the brave. You can put it on yourself, and you can let a partner kick you or your child, depending on how strong they are. If you have something that you could wrap it around, again, we're really making use of those couch cushions. You could put it around one of those cushions, and you could tie it up, and then you do the same thing. You can hold it here and in front for your partner. If you don't have a hogu at home, you treasure your couch cushions, then you can do all the techniques in the air, right? We just do them without any power. If I'm working on punching, I'm just throwing them straight. I'm throwing them nice and straight, and just putting them in the air. And then concentrating on footwork. If I'm throwing roundhouse kicks, I can just put it in the air. Side kicks, whatever it is, you know. If it's the back kick, whatever it is, it can still be done. When I was younger, I belonged to a martial arts club in my school, and we couldn't afford like a lot of equipment. So I used to practice just by myself in my basement on my off days, and I would just throw everything in the air. You know, I'd shadow box, I would visualize. Where there's a will, there's a way, okay? So let's begin with warm-ups. I'd like to start off warm-ups with jumping jacks. Let's do about 50 of them. And when I say 50, I actually mean 100. Here's how I want the counting to go, all right? So out, down, up, down. That's one, okay? So you go 1 sir, 2 sir, 3 sir, and then up to 50, okay? Go ahead and pause the video and resume after you've done 50. I can't verify, but I can email your parents. Okay, go ahead. I'll stand still. And if you're done, excellent. I want to walk out and I want to walk back. So let me go ahead and move the camera just to make sure you guys can see. So I'm going to keep my feet in place. I'm going to walk out and I'm going to walk back. Walk out. Walk back. Stand up. Walk out. Walk back. And then stand up. All right, I want just 15 of those. Just 15, okay? Ready? Pause the video. Go ahead. After we walk out and walk back, we'll do just 10 push-ups, 10 sit-ups, and 10 squats. Focus on push-ups. Get all the way down, right? Bend those arms. Get your chest closer to the floor, all right? A lot of times I teach push-ups, And people may struggle because maybe they don't have like the upper body strength to get even halfway down. If that's the case, it's okay, all right? Instead of putting our knees on the floor, let's put our chest on the floor. So go all the way to the ground, all the way to the ground, and then push hard. Push, really push, okay? Get yourself all the way up, 10 of those. If you can do it without putting your chest on the floor, then great, okay? But if not, totally fine. Put your chest on the floor, boom, push yourself all the way up. 10 times on your own, go. After those sit-ups, especially when I'm teaching kids, sit-ups, it can be hard for a lot of kids to do sit-ups without like taking their feet off of the floor. So a lot of kids will go down and then they'll kind of swing and then help themselves come back up, which is an easier way to get up. So of course, like, you know, the human body wants to do what's easy. So for kids, if they're struggling, having a hard time keeping their feet on the floor, or anybody, take your hands, put them behind your back, but still touch your back to the floor. Touch your back to the floor, come back up. Putting your arms behind your back, it changes like the fulcrum, your center of gravity changes. Makes it a little bit easier, all right? If that's too easy, do it without it, okay? Do it without it. Try not to swing your arms, all right? Put them here, You can do the Macarena, I don't care, but give me 10 sit-ups, all right? Pause the video, go ahead. And then after sit-ups, squats. When I'm doing squats, I like to focus on keeping my heels about shoulder width apart. Toes can be out a little bit. That'll relieve maybe any like pressure on your knees. Keep your back straight and go down as if you're going to sit in a chair that's behind you. So as if you're sitting on a chair that someone put behind you. Not this. Don't do this one. Don't do this one. Go here, here, and up. Here, and up. If you can get like a 90-degree bend out of your legs, that's going to be excellent. Okay, go ahead, pause the video, give me 10 of those, and then after that, we'll move on. So last part of the warm-up. For the whole day today, let me adjust the camera again. For the whole day today, go ahead and pick and choose the number of rounds that you do. I would recommend at least 2 rounds, like 2 1-minute rounds. You know, give yourself between 10 and 30 seconds in between each round to catch your breath, but try to work the whole time, all right? For me, when I do these workouts, I did one already today. I'll set it for 4 rounds, 4 1-minute rounds. I'll give myself 20 seconds in between each round, just so I can like really focus on the technique and do a bit of footwork. For this one, what I want is just footwork. When you're working on footwork, one of the biggest things is you want to focus on moving the foot that is going in that direction. So if I'm moving this way, I'm not going to go back foot, front foot. Okay, I don't want to shuffle. I don't want to like move forward like this and put myself in someone else's range without doing something. All right, standing here with my feet crossed, looking like I'm waiting for the bus, you get hit by the bus. All right. Instead, if I'm going to move this way, I'm going to move this foot. I'm here. If I'm going to move back, I'm going to move the other foot. I'm here. Okay. So forward, backward. If I can do them same time, it's better. Push off the floor. Push, push, push off the floor. Okay, let me adjust the camera again, make sure you guys can see. So if you watch my feet, I push, my knees are almost like inward, you know, like I'm jumping off of something. Here, push, 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 okay? So for as many rounds as you're going to set it for, you know, at least 2 rounds, bounce, slide forward, slide back, switch every once in a while, okay? Bounce, slide, slide, double slide, switch. Okay, just sliding back and forth, switching every once in a while. go ahead and pause the video, and then give me between 2 and, I don't know, 10 rounds. You can do 10 rounds if you want to. It's up to you, okay? Okay, so we should be pretty warmed up at this point. So I'm moving the camera closer. I want to work on some punching. I'm going to try not to key up too loud today because like I'm using a Bluetooth headset and I feel like I'm going to blow out somebody's speakers if I'm too loud. So bear with me. I'm trying to learn how to be a YouTuber here. All right, so basic punching. We're throwing the cross today. Bounce. Throwing the cross. When I'm punching, I'm focusing on trying to hit with the first 2 knuckles. If you look at my knuckles, let's see if I can get them in focus. My first knuckle and my second knuckle. 1, 2. Chung, kwang. These first 2, they're blunted from years of like punching stuff. And I'm a right-handed guy. If you look at the difference, this left one, not so blunt. This one, blunt, like the, I don't know, like the canine tooth of a carnivore. So focus on hitting with those 2. A lot of kids, when they're first punching, they'll hit with these, they'll hit with these, they'll punch with these. These 2 knuckles break. All right, these 2, they call it a boxer's fracture because it's so common in the sport of boxing. These 2 will break. These 2 are naturally lined up with the rest of the bones in your arm. Not to say that you can't break these ones, but these ones are like the tip of the spear. We want to try to hit with the tip of the spear. All right, so 2 to 4 rounds, up to you guys. But just bounce and throw that punch, okay? If you're holding for somebody else and you guys are practicing together, hold for each other. You know, you do a round, they do a round, alternate back and forth, and do as many rounds as you feel. But focus on this, okay? Pressure a little bit. Bounce, pressure. Be strong, okay? Push off of the floor. I use my back foot to push off of the floor. Power comes from the back foot. Power comes from pushing off of that foot. Too often I see this. This weird little punch. Here, push. If I was going to push somebody, I'd do this. Push off of the floor, okay? 2 to 4 rounds, bounce, punch, key up, unless you're not allowed to. It's up to you. I'm not doing it right now because I don't want to blow your eardrums out. All right, guys, pause the video on your own. Go ahead. So after the punch, I want to focus on your front snap kick. Front snap kick is a technique that you don't see as often in the sport of Taekwondo because most people are standing sideways. So when somebody's standing sideways in the sport of Taekwondo, they're pointing their elbow at you. And a lot of times if you throw that front snap kick, then you just end up catching them in the elbow. But the front snap kick is super important just for like the art of fighting, you know? If you're fighting somebody and they're in walking stance, this is horse riding stance, right? Knees bent, bouncing, horse riding stance. But if they're in walking stance, so they're not sideways, but they're facing you, right? And for self-defense, this is going to happen. You know, heaven forbid that any of you guys have to use a front snap kick to defend yourself. But if you do, somebody's going to come at you like this, here, right? Here. How often do you spar with somebody who maybe they're brand new and they're just learning, and the first thing that they do is they start walking towards you? Some people are more experienced. Sometimes you see it from a green belt, a blue belt, heaven forbid a red belt or a black belt, but they just walk towards you like the Terminator, and their stomach is exposed. So the front snap kick is super important in those instances. And then on top of that, like just being good at like bending your knee and twisting to get a good roundhouse kick, it comes from learning the front snap kick. That's why we learn it first, okay? Bending your knee and then going straight, right? If I swing it, I hit the bottom, okay? Here, bend your knee, here. When I was young, my master used to tell me to pretend like your leg was a sword and that you were pulling it out of like the sheath of a sword. You're pulling it out of sheath, all right? So not like this, not here, not here, here, here. Knee is bent. Snap, they call it front snap kick. Snap the kick, snap the kick. Hit with the ball of the foot. The ball of the foot, not the toes, okay? Say no, sir. The toes, sir. Don't use your toes. You'll bust your toes. The ball of the foot. The ball of the foot, okay? Use the ball of the foot. Try to dig in. If you have a nice solid target, put some power into it. If not, just do it in the air. Bounce. Put it right in the air, okay? Give me 2 to 4 rounds. Partners alternate with each other and try to get some snap out of it. Otherwise, it's not a front snap kick. Front snap kick on your own. Ready? Go ahead. Chi-cha. Okay. So, roundhouse kick. A couple of things on roundhouse kick. When you're working on it, some people, when they're learning, they don't pivot their foot. All right? So, they'll do roundhouse kick like this. Here. And the foot won't turn. Here. It's bad for your knee, okay? If the foot doesn't turn, hard for your body to rotate. The foot should pivot. On the ball of the foot. Not on the heel. Not on the heel. On the ball of the foot. My heel should point at the target on roundhouse kick. Okay? My foot should point at the target. When you're hitting, do your best. If it's you or your partner, try to get the instep. The instep on the target. Sometimes when I'm teaching younger kids, and they're having a hard time turning, and they're doing this, right? They're doing like outside inside kick here, boom, here. I'll ask them to actually physically place their shin bone on the target. Yeah, I'll ask them to do this. I'll show them first, and then I'll ask them. Okay, asking them to concentrate on turning their whole body. If I tell them to pivot their foot, usually they don't understand. I'm not saying your kid won't understand, but a lot of times they won't know what I'm talking about. Right? If I tell them to pivot this foot, they won't understand. But if I show them to do it like this, to physically place their whole shin bone on the target, then they'll stop thinking about stubbing their toes so much as they will about making their leg sideways like I'm doing right now. Here. Here. And sometimes what I'll do is I'll ask a kid who might be struggling, I'll give them a shield, or not a shield, but a target like this, or one of these Wave Masters, something big and round, and I'll ask them to just give me 100 roundhouse kicks. If I use the paddles, a lot of times I think a lot of kids are so focused on not kicking your hand. They're focused on hitting this small target. They get kind of nervous and they overthink everything. But if I tell them to just do 100 roundhouse kicks and just turn their body over, turn your body over, turn, twist your shoulders. I tell them to do 100. Most kids, especially underneath a certain age, maybe underneath 7, they'll be more focused on counting to 100 than they will be on thinking about the intricacies of the technique. They'll relax a little bit, and your body always wants to do things the most efficient way possible. Yeah. So if you have somebody at home that is struggling, turning the body over and getting the foot on there properly without stubbing their toes, right? Without doing this one. If they're learning to do this, just tell them to do 100. If you don't have a big Wave Master, not everybody has one of these guys creepily lurking in your home, staring with its lifeless eyes. You could use their hogu if they have one. Again, a pillow is great. If I'm going to hold a pillow, I would just like double up on that pillow and just twist it side to side. Twist it this way, twist it this way. You don't want to just hold it in the center because then they want to hit just the middle. Boom, tell them get your whole shin bone on there. Yeah, I won't turn it too much. It doesn't have to be too dramatic. Just a little bit. Yeah, ask them, get your whole shin bone on there. Yeah, turn your whole leg over. Turn your whole leg over. Boom, here, and then we're going to count to 100. Yeah, if they can't count to 100, then you count for them. Or you can just set the timer, up to you, all right? My more advanced students, obviously a lot of you guys are good at the roundhouse kick. You've probably done 10,000 of them by now. Take this time to just run some combinations, okay? Focus on technique, do them one at a time, and just focus on just pressuring a little bit. Pressure, put that kick on there. Put that kick on there, make a nice noise. Again, if you don't have a target to hit, just do it in the air. You're just here, boom, boom, just put it in the air. Here, shadow box, okay? If you have a mirror to stand in front of the mirror, check your technique. Pivot that foot, turn your body, make sure it's the correct part of the foot that's going to touch, okay? 2 to 4 rounds, where you do 100 of them, or 1,000, it's up to you. We're all stuck indoors. Go ahead and pause the video and get started right now. Ready? Shija. So, side kick. All right, now, there's a couple ways that side kick is traditionally taught. Number 1, here's how I learned it when I was a kid. In the basement of a YMCA. Shout out to Master Romines. He used to give me push-ups all the time because I couldn't listen. So traditionally, side kick is taught from the back foot, all the way back here. You pick up the knee, like you're going to do a front snap kick, turn the body, extend, aiming with the heel, and try to make that foot as sideways as possible. But a couple years ago, I switched to teaching kids how to do it with the front foot because they were having a hard time like pivoting and turning the whole body over. So kids would be throwing the kick, boom, and then putting the foot like here, like a front kick, okay? Because it makes sense to their brain, right? I picked up my foot. Why would I turn it? Well, the reason that we turn it is because we want to reach, yeah? Okay, now watch when I turn. I'm making my leg longer, right? Turn, my hips reach. The side kick is longer, it reaches, okay? It's like a spear, all right? So for younger kids, if you're just learning side kick, or anybody else if you're just starting out, a lot of times it's easier just to learn that side kick with the front foot, yeah? Foot pivots. Here, hitting with the heel. All right, let's get a closer look. Let's look at the impact. As much as I can, I'm trying to put the heel on there. Okay, when I learned side kick, they always told me to make your foot like a blade. So if you can see this, it's pretty gross. You guys are all just looking at my foot right now. But you make your foot sideways. So not here, 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 sideways. There's even a muscle on your foot, and it sticks out. Let's see if I can get a good angle on it. Right here. It sticks out. Right there. So spot on your foot. Boom, it'll stick out. If that is not bulging out, then your foot is not in the right position. Okay? I want it to be sideways. Like a blade. Should be like a blade. Here. Okay? I don't want to hit with this part of the foot. That'll bend your foot backwards. In jiu-jitsu, that would be called like a toe hold. Maybe you twist your knee. Maybe you hurt your ankle. I want to hit with the heel, just like with our punch, right? Our punch, the bones are lined up. The heel is lined up with the rest of the bones in your leg, yeah? We're trying to hit with that heel, okay? Again, the tip of the spear. I'm trying to use the tip of the spear here, right here, okay? All right, from a further angle. Some placement on the feet. I'll teach kids how to do the side kick, and a lot of them will do this. Step. We talked about this a second ago, right? You crisscross your feet, you put yourself in their range for no reason. Yeah. Now I'm standing close enough that this person can hit me without doing anything. Standing here with my feet crossed, just getting hit for no reason. I want to bring my feet closer together. Here is okay. Look, pivot. My heel points. My heel points at the target. Chamber and then execute. Chamber. Stomp. It should be a stomping motion, yeah? Should be a stomping motion, okay? You wouldn't like do something strange if you're going to step on a can and go over like this and step on it like that, right? You would place it underneath you, you would bend your leg, and you would stomp on it straight down, right? You wouldn't do this either, would you? Like this? You would just pick up your knee and then go. It's the same motion. Pick up your knee, and then go, okay? Other alternatives, fancier ways to do it, you can make a shield and then a sword. My leg, I can make a shield, and then use it as a sword. So I can hop forward them like as a shield, right? As a shield, and then use it as a sword. But this won't work. This is a bad shield. Down like this, why would I have my shield by the floor, right? My shield goes up. Shield, and then sword, okay? Let's rep that one, 2 to 4 rounds. Again, more advanced students, if you guys want to combo it, some good combinations, lead with that cut, side kick off the front foot, here, follow with that punch, and then give them something else. Here, whatever it is that you want. But let's work on the intricacies of the side kick and technique, okay? Technique is king. Give me 2 to 4 rounds. Ready? Shi-ja. So last one we're going to do today is the back kick. When you guys are working on back kick, let's see. Let me show it from far away first. So a couple of things that I'll see people do. Number one, they'll spin like crazy. All right, they'll be here and they're going to throw the back kick, and they'll spin, they'll wind up. Which, if you hit them, is great. You're going to hit them hard, sure. But if you miss, you end up here. Okay? In direct line for whatever it is that they're going to throw after. So we want our back kick to go straight. We want it to be like front kick. They say that all kicks start from front kick, right? Front, roundhouse, side kick. Back kick should be the same. It should be like a front kick before it becomes the back kick, all right? All right, so let's do a full breakdown here. Let's get closer when I'm teaching the back kick. Start in a good stance. Back kick is harder to do from walking stance when your toes are facing your opponent. Horse riding stance is easier, like you're riding on a horse, okay? And I want a big horse, not a skinny horse. Big horse, all right? Knees bent. When I go, I point my heel at the target. I look over my shoulder. My back points at the target. And I just go straight back. Stomping motion, okay? Stomping. With the heel, just like the side kick, it's the same, okay? They're related, they're brothers. This one goes here, side kick goes here. heel, okay? Use the heel. Sometimes for kids, like, they'll get confused and you'll see this, all right? If you have young kids and you're trying to teach them, they'll go like this, which is adorable. But what we would like is for them to point their back at it and go. So the way that I explain it is front kick, your front points to the target. Roundhouse kick, you go around. Side kick, point your side at the target. Back kick, point your back. Point your back. Here. Look over the shoulder. Back. Here, okay? You have young kids and they're learning. Just tell them to point their back at it and to look over each shoulder. Sometimes I'll grab them and I'll just hold their shoulders in place so that they'll just do this over and over again. Doesn't have to be with power. Boom, over and over. Just like that. I'll hold their shoulders in place. I just don't want them spinning around all over the place. They get confused. For my more advanced students, set it up, okay? Be here. Pretend like the roundhouse kick is coming in, okay? The roundhouse kick is coming in this way to hit here, and then you're going to answer by catching the other person with the back at the same time. They're throwing the roundhouse kick. Here it comes. They end up hitting you in the arm. You end up hitting them in the stomach. Maybe they get underneath. If it's a tournament, 2 points for them. You know, too bad, so sad. But for us, 4 points, and then they're probably out of breath at this point. They're probably lying down on the ground, okay? Send it straight, all right? You're a more advanced student, send it straight. Send it straight. Here. Send it straight. Send it straight, okay? Put it right down the middle. Should be like a battering ram. That's it, yeah. 2 to 4 rounds. Back kick on your own. Shija. Okay, so let's stretch. Let's go here. I don't know. Let's go right here. This is all new territory for me. Stretching, let's just do everything together, okay? Hands on your hips. Let's learn some Korean. You guys repeat after me, or do it in your head. I don't know. It's up to you. I can't check. Say, 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. Go the other way. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. Feet apart. And then bend your knee. Toes up. Head down. And then try to get a good stretch here behind the knee and the hamstring. Just leaning, okay? Don't bounce. Don't bounce. Just go slow. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. Switch. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. So let's do front stance. Front stance is here, right? Here, front stance. Knee is bent, but do extreme front stance. Very long, okay? Here. I don't know if you can see. I'm going to go here. Here. Back is straight. Stretching. Here. Okay. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. Switch. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. Splits. Hands on the floor. Walk your feet out. Get them as wide as they can go. And then once you're as wide as you can go, toes up. Walk a little bit further. Go a little bit further. Further, further, further. Walk them out. Walk them out. As far as you can go. Okay. 하나, 둘. I'm going to count super slow. 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. Hold it. Don't complain. Suffer in silence. Okay, go this way. Here. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. 스위치. 오케이. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. Okay, go to the middle. Butterfly. Grab your toes. Get close. Get closer. And then head down. Go as far as you can go. Breathe. Breathe out. Breathe out and then try to go further. Breathe in and try to hold it. Out. Go lower, down. In. Out. In. Out. Go as low as you can. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. Hold it. Hold it still. Still hold it. Okay, slowly come up. Slowly come up. And then legs crossed. Head up. Make your spine straight. And then eyes closed and breathe. Meditate. Don't think about video games. Just breathe. I like to breathe in as deep as I can through my nose. And then out through my mouth. I'll just do that over and over again, like 10 times. Okay. Good job, guys. I hope everything sounds okay. I'm going to keep doing these, but I'll focus on different techniques every time. I hope you guys are okay. I hope everybody's at home, like staying safe and staying sane and not driving each other too crazy. Just trying to connect with each other, using this time to just be with each other, right? Be with your family. If for some reason you're driven apart from your family, I know some of us are. Do your best to reach out to them too, you know? For those of you guys that are sticking with us, choosing to stay with us during this whole thing, I appreciate it. I honestly, I can't thank you enough. I would love for this whole thing to be over soon, but it looks like we're going to be in it for a little while. And I hope you guys are all at home just trying to stay strong, okay? Hopefully these workouts will help you become a little bit stronger in your spare time. All right, thanks guys. Let's bow, huh? 차렷 경례 감사합니다. 바로 바이.